Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another English learning story. Today, we will improve our English with a short and simple story. Listen carefully, read every sentence, and repeat after me. Do not worry about mistakes. Just relax and enjoy the story. Stories are a great way to learn English. You learn new words, you hear natural conversations, and you understand English in a fun way. Today's story is called, I Found a Letter in the Library. It was written for me. It is a story about a girl, a quiet library, and a very strange letter. But the biggest surprise is this. The letter was written for someone, and that someone was me. Are you ready? Take a deep breath, and let's begin the story.
Tina was 19 years old. She lived in a small city called Green Hill. Green Hill was quiet. It had many trees, small cafes, and friendly people. Tina was a university student. She studied literature. She loved books. Stories made her feel calm and happy. Tina was a quiet person. She did not talk a lot. She liked peaceful places. Her favorite place in the whole city was the old library. The library stood at the end of Maple Street. It was a very old building. The walls were brown stone. The windows were tall and narrow. Inside, the air smelled like paper and dust. Some people thought the library looked boring, but Tina loved it. For her, the library felt like a secret world. Every Saturday afternoon, Tina walked there. She carried a small notebook and a pencil. Sometimes she read books. Sometimes she wrote stories. Sometimes she just sat quietly and watched the rain outside the window. The librarian was an old man named Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark had white hair and round glasses. He spoke very softly. Every time Tina entered, he smiled. "Hello, Tina," he would say. "Hello, Mr. Clark," Tina would answer. Then she would walk to her favorite corner. It was near a tall window. Next to that window was a long wooden table. That table was always empty. Tina liked it that way. Quiet, peaceful, perfect for reading. But one Saturday, something strange happened. Something that would change Tina's life. It was a cold autumn afternoon. The wind was strong outside. Leaves were flying through the streets. Tina pulled her jacket closer. Then she pushed the heavy library door open. Creak! The door made its usual old sound. Inside, everything was quiet. Mr. Clark looked up from his desk. "Hello, Tina," he said with a smile. "Hello, Mr. Clark," Tina replied. She walked slowly toward her favorite table near the window. But something felt different. The chair was slightly pulled out. That was strange. No one usually sat there. Tina stopped walking. She looked around the room. A few students were reading. A woman was typing on a laptop. Everything looked normal. Tina shrugged. Maybe someone had moved the chair. She sat down. Then she opened a book. The book was about old poems. She began reading. 10 minutes passed, then 20 minutes. Outside, the wind grew stronger. Rain started tapping against the window. Tap, tap, tap. Tina looked outside. The sky was gray. The trees were shaking in the wind. Then she looked back at the table, and she noticed something. A small white envelope. It was lying near the edge of the table. Tina frowned. She was sure it was not there before. Slowly, she picked it up. The paper felt old. Her heart beat faster. There was handwriting on the front. 3 simple words. For Tina. Tina froze. Her eyes widened. For Tina? She whispered quietly. But how? She turned the envelope over. No name, no stamp, no address, just her name. Tina looked around again. Maybe someone was watching her. Maybe someone left it. But no one looked at her. Everyone seemed busy. Tina slowly opened the envelope. Inside was a folded letter. Her fingers trembled a little. She unfolded the paper, and she began to read. The letter was written in neat handwriting. It said, "Dear Tina, you do not know me, but I know you. You come to this library every Saturday. You sit by the window. You read quietly. Sometimes you smile at the books. Sometimes you look sad. I wanted to talk to you many times, but I was too shy. So I wrote this letter instead. If you are reading this, please look at the bookshelf behind you." Tina stopped reading. Her heart began beating faster. Behind her? Slowly, she turned around. Behind her stood a tall bookshelf. Old books filled every shelf. But something was different. One book was slightly pulled out, just a little. Tina stood up. Her legs felt shaky. She walked slowly to the shelf. She pulled the book out. Another letter fell from inside. Tina gasped. "What is happening?" she whispered. She opened the second letter. "You found the second letter. Good." Now you are probably confused. Don't worry, this is just a small adventure. Please go to the history section. Look for the book called The Hidden City. Your next letter is waiting. Tina looked around again. Was this a joke? Was someone playing a game? Or was someone watching her? Her curiosity grew stronger. She walked to the history section. Her footsteps echoed softly on the wooden floor. Step, step, step. She found the book, The Hidden City. It was thick and dusty. Tina opened it carefully. Another letter fell out. Her heart jumped. She quickly picked it up. The letter said, "You are brave. Many people would stop here, but not you. Now please go upstairs. The reading room near the big clock. Your next message is there." Tina looked toward the staircase. The staircase led to the second floor. The quiet reading room. Almost no one went there. Tina swallowed nervously. Then she started walking upstairs. The wooden steps creaked. Creak. Creak. Her heart beat louder with every step. When she reached the top, she saw someone. A tall boy stood near the window. He was looking at a book. Tina froze. Was he the one? But something strange happened. The boy suddenly closed the book. Then he walked away quickly, down the stairs, without looking at her. Tina watched him leave. Her mind was full of questions. Then she saw something on the table near the clock. Another envelope. Her name was on it. For Tina. She slowly opened it. Her hands were shaking now. The letter said, "You almost saw me. I am sorry. I am still shy. But please do not leave. There is one more letter. The last one. It will explain everything. Go to the poetry section. Look under the blue chair." Tina sighed. "This is crazy," she whispered. But she could not stop now. Her curiosity was too strong. She walked back downstairs, to the poetry section. her favorite place. The blue chair was there, just as always. Tina knelt down. She looked underneath. Yes, another envelope. But this one was different. It was thicker. Tina sat down slowly. Her hands trembled. She opened the final letter. The final letter was longer, much longer. Tina took a deep breath. Then she began reading. Dear Tina, if you are reading this, it means you followed all the letters. Thank you for that. Now I must tell you the truth. My name is Daniel. I sit near you in the library almost every Saturday, but you never noticed me. That is okay. You were always busy reading. One day I saw you helping an old woman find a book. You were very kind. After that day, I started watching you. Not in a strange way, just quietly. You always look calm, but sometimes you also look lonely. I wanted to talk to you many times, but every time I tried, I became nervous. My words disappeared. So today I made a plan. I wrote these letters, because writing is easier for me. If you want to meet me, I am waiting outside the library, near the big oak tree. But if you do not come, that is okay too. I will understand. Thank you for reading my letters. Daniel. Tina slowly lowered the letter. Her mind was spinning. Daniel? The boy upstairs? Was that him? Tina stood up. Her heart was racing. Should she go outside? Or should she stay here? Maybe it was strange. Maybe it was dangerous. But something inside her said, go. Tina walked quickly toward the door. Mr. Clark looked up. Leaving already? He asked. Tina smiled nervously. Yes, I think so. She pushed the door open. Cold wind hit her face. The rain had stopped. The sky was slowly turning orange. Sunset. Tina looked around. The big oak tree stood near the entrance. And under that tree, someone was standing. The tall boy. The same boy from upstairs. He looked nervous. He was holding something in his hands. When he saw Tina, his eyes widened. Tina walked closer, step by step. Finally, they stood face to face. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then the boy took a deep breath. Hi, he said quietly. Tina, right? Tina nodded. Yes. You are Daniel? The boy smiled shyly. Yes. They both laughed softly. The tension slowly disappeared. Daniel looked at the ground. I'm sorry if the letters were strange. Tina shook her head. No. She smiled. They were interesting. Daniel looked relieved. I wanted to talk to you for months, he said. But I was always too nervous. Tina crossed her arms. Then why today? Daniel hesitated. Then he answered honestly. Because next week, I am moving to another city. Tina blinked. You are leaving? Daniel nodded slowly. Yes. My family is moving. Tina felt a strange sadness in her chest. But I didn't want to leave without talking to you at least once. The wind moved the leaves around them. Both stood silently. Then Tina said something unexpected. You know, Daniel looked up. I am also shy. Daniel laughed softly. Really? Yes. Tina smiled. I noticed you many times too. Daniel's eyes widened. You did? Tina nodded. You always sit near the travel books. Daniel laughed. That's true. Then Tina said something quietly. But I thought you didn't want to talk to me. Daniel shook his head quickly. No, I did. He looked embarrassed. I was just afraid. They both laughed again. The evening air felt warmer now. Daniel looked at Tina. Do you maybe want to get coffee tomorrow? Tina thought for a moment. Then she smiled. Yes. Daniel smiled too. The next day, Tina and Daniel met at a small cafe. They talked for hours about books, about school, about dreams. Daniel loved photography. He wanted to travel the world. Tina loved writing stories. She wanted to become an author. They laughed a lot. They discovered many things about each other. At the end of the day, Daniel said, I wish we met earlier. Tina smiled. Me too. A week later, Daniel moved away. But they did not stop talking. They sent messages. They shared photos. They called each other often. And every Saturday, Tina still went to the library. She still sat by the window. She still read books. But now something was different. She smiled more. Because sometimes unexpected things happen in quiet places. And sometimes a simple letter can change everything. That day in the library, I only wanted to read a book, but I found something else. A letter, a mystery, and a new friend. Sometimes life surprises us in the most quiet moments, in the most ordinary places. I lost something that day, my quiet, lonely Saturdays, but I found something much more valuable, a story, and someone who wanted to be part of it.
Great job listening to the story till the end. You are improving your English step by step. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to English Speaking Zone for more easy English stories. See you in the next video.